Hello everyone, my name is Danish Buns, and welcome to this episode of A Noob's Review. This is the gaming show where I bring you relatively unknown games or new releases and try and provide some background information on their actual functionality as well as my overall opinion. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave me a message in the comment section below. You can also send me an email at camelsilo@gmail.com. Today I'm going to be talking about Spellforce 2. Now, I never got a chance to play the original Spellforce, but I have to say I was really excited when I hopped into this game, and I can't say that I was disappointed by it. I really enjoyed several aspects of the game, and I feel like they should be implemented in a bunch of other games, but we're going to get into that. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about are the combat mechanics in the game. Now, what you're witnessing right now is the strategy aspect of the game, which involves you controlling characters and moving them to capture points and defeat enemies. What you're seeing right now is I'm taking advantage of crossbowmen as well as soldiers and using them strategically to defeat a bunch of enemies and bring down this tower. But what you may not realize is that you actually get to control a character, and that character is actually going to be your pawn for the rest of the game. So there is actually combat sequences when you are only able to use your character specifically assigned to you and perhaps a couple henchman characters along with it. Now, these characters actually do get some special skills and other bonuses which you can actually upgrade as your characters level up, giving them a little bit more depth and making them a little bit more interesting. Now, the upgrade table was interesting to look at. You have a wide variety of things to upgrade, and as you can clearly see, they use a skill tree setup, which means that you can access skills as you upgrade them. So if you start upgrading the light skill set, you'll actually get access to skills that are relatively similar to the light skill set. As far as I know, there are 3 trees that you can take advantage of in this game. You can use the combat tree, which is your standard weapon tree, so that's using swords and bows and stuff like that. You can also take advantage of the Shaikan tree, which appears to be some sort of stealth tree, as well as the magic tree, which allows you to throw fireballs around like it's nobody's business. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is the equipment in the game. You gain equipment from killing creatures as well as finding chest loot scattered all throughout the world. Now, the great thing about these equipments, and it should be relatively standard to all other RPGs, is the fact that each equipment you gather actually gives you certain bonuses. Some may give you health bonuses, while others may give you damage bonuses depending on what weapon you're using, such as a sword or staff. Now, I'm really glad that they included these RPG aspects in the game, because you really need to define them, especially when you're trying to cross 2 very different genres. And I feel like they did a great job at defining both of them very well and including both aspects in this game. In fact, this game actually allows you to zoom into your character as if you're playing a third-person RPG. What I mean by that is you can actually use WASD to move your character around and play the game that way. Now, of course, this may not be the most efficient way of playing an RTS RPG, but it really enhances that RPG aspect of the game and allows you to feel more a part of the storyline as it progresses. I've been going on for a little bit about the RPG side of this game, but it's time to go back into the RTS. How does it even work? Well, you get a home base and you hire a bunch of workers that will take advantage of mineral ores and other essential items nearby, and you get to build certain factories and other assorted buildings which will take advantage of these minerals to build weapons and other stuff like that, which you can then use to hire a military, build warriors, build crossbowmen, and build other soldiers to fight for your cause. Now, this is pretty standard when it comes to developing an RTS, but I have to say it's a really welcome inclusion when you're trying to build a game that's actually a crossbreed between RTS and RPG. When you're crossing 2 separate genres, you really need to make sure that both of them are well defined in the game, because if you get a really bland mix of the two, you're going to get some mixed signals, and players are not going to really understand what to take advantage of at what point. When you clearly define both roles, you give the player access to all the abilities and all the strategies that they've used in previous games, and allow them to take advantage of those strategies in this new setup. So all in all, I have to say that I really enjoyed the 2 genres and how they really mixed well in this game. You both got the RPG and the RTS aspects really defined in the game, which allows you to enjoy both roles completely. Also, there's a gigantic flaming eyeball in the background, and I have no idea how that relates to anything, but it's freaking awesome. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching this episode of A Noob's Review. My name is Danish Buns. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave me a message in the comment section below. You can also send me an email at camelsilo@gmail.com or post a hilariously unfunny message on my Twitter page at Danish Buns. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.
In ancient times, when the Shapers were still young, there rose a race of immense evil and cruelty. Even the great power of the Shapers wasn't enough to overthrow this nameless threat. Only with the aid of the gods, the demons were driven back into the gorge of the earth whence they came. But a prophecy was given that one day they'd rise again and take bitter revenge. Two mortal fates intertwined, they will fight. But Zazhut will bring end to light. This prophecy is fulfilled today.